Hello, this is Alba Gomez and welcome to Amplify the podcast. I am incredibly passionate about helping men and women amplify who they are and how they show up in the world. Let's have a conversation about how you can amplify your confidence and presence so you get the results you want in your business and career. Welcome to episode number 2 of Amplify. Are you trying to be perfect? So let me ask you, have you lately been spending a lot of time editing a LinkedIn post or a post for Instagram, overwriting an article or reviewing a report longer than you thought you should have? Or have you been putting a special attention cleaning the dishes for way too long? Or are you just paying way too much attention to how your eyeliner is completely perfect? Or you guys, have you been just pushing yourself really hard at the gym, like really trying to get it perfect and be different? So we all have been in this situation in one way or another, or at least I think so. I want you to understand today that what we're trying to be perfect is a mechanism to deal with wanting to feel that you are in control, guilty, or you wanting to be loved and accepted, guilty as well. So think for a second in your life, when have you been pushing yourself a little bit harder than necessary so you are perceived by others as perfect or as being able to do it all? And then I want you also to understand where this is coming from. So back in our childhood, when we were little kids, we had people around us that had the best intentions, but maybe we had a parent that pushed us really hard to be the best at a sport or at school. Or we had a teacher that really wanted us to be the best at what we did. So we learned that by getting it perfect, other people will give us their love and acceptance. And I want you to think for a second how much today that approaching life from that perspective is robbing you from showing up in full energy and in being present. I remember the story of a really beautiful client I have that I'm really close to her, and I really appreciate the woman she has become and how she has transformed this desire. And for her was coming from her parent. Her dad especially was this guy who always told her, you need to be the best at what you do, you need to push really hard. And that's the way she communicated with her dad, pretty much. It was like a non-said communication in which she will do the best she could and her father will give her all her approval and love. So she grew up as an adult and became this person who thought she always needed to go not the extra mile but the extra 10 miles, and this has put so much pressure on her, not only performing at work but with her kids, with her personal life. And one of the beautiful things to understand about this is we can become more compassionate with ourselves when we understand that this is a learned behavior and there is a mechanism that is actually helping us being accepted by others, or that allow us to feel that we can control the situation so we can control the outcome. When we see where this behavior is coming from, we can stop pushing it that hard and we can start living, I can assure you, more fulfilled lives, and you can actually become more productive and more efficient with whatever it is that you do with your business or career. I mentioned this briefly in the first episode last week where I said I, for example, did this in different areas of my life. I did it with my image when I thought my image had to be so perfect and I was obsessed, and it was robbing me with the ability to live my life because I thought if my image was not perfect, then I wasn't going to be worthy of anybody's love. I did it with my body image when I thought I had to be certain way or look certain way and could not even put on 1 kilo because the man I was with was not gonna love me if I wasn't that way. So, like we all do it in one way or another to find approval. And I actually started editing so much who I was that I lost my real essence in the process. So today, before we get into really amplifying who you are, I want you to start feeling more comfortable with who you are, more accepting of who you are and where you are at, and start dropping all those layers, all these lies where we've been told that we need to get it perfect. I have news for you. We are human beings. We are not God. We are not meant to be perfect. We are not meant to get it right all the time. And it's really hard to, even with myself, I'm just preaching, but I'm saying it to myself. Like when we live our lives aiming for perfection, we are gonna set ourselves for failure. I'm not saying be mediocre. I'm not saying any like that. Obviously, you push yourself to be the best you can be, but you don't beat yourself up if you fall, if you make mistakes, if you put it out there. I actually, when I was training to become a coach, my coach back then had a slogan that she kept telling us that I really took it on board, and it's called done is better than perfect. Because when you are starting a business, if you wait for every single piece to be perfect before you put it out there, you're gonna be waiting there forever. And this was a beautiful group of a lot of women from all over the world, and it was really interesting for all of us to see how we were being on ourselves and how great it was to learn from the women who were putting it out there, and we thought it was incredible, but they were thinking that it was so imperfect. So what is imperfect to you might not be imperfect to others. So as I said, this can be range from your image to how you relate to your husband, to your kids, how you do the work every day you do when you go to a meeting and you put your hand up and you share your opinion, not hoping to get perfect and to just maybe say the most novelty big thing, like the most wow comment that will leave everybody like stop breathing for a second. But if you start sharing more of who you are and your opinions day to day in a more authentic way with what you actually feel in your heart, then you're gonna have more opportunity to get people to see the real you. The way you amplify who you are in the world is by allowing to share more of who you are with the world, because by sharing more people will get to know you. And I can share that in my own business, I had to apply this a lot at the beginning. So obviously I know nothing of what I do is perfect now, but I am okay with it. I like looking good, so I put effort in my makeup and in my hair when I can. I do professional photos because that makes me feel confident when I put content out there. I have been very intentional with that, especially because of my background of wanting to appear to be perfect, of putting photos out there where my hair is all messy, when I have no makeup, when I show that one day a client appeared here at home and I was wearing my pajama bottoms because she arrived the wrong day. Like just really becoming more real and understanding that by being perfect, I am not doing anything. I am actually doing a deserving, because who is perfect in this planet? Nobody. We are setting extremely incredible high expectations of how we need, especially to look in social media, or the super perfect lives that we need to be leading. And that also lead us to talk about comparing yourself with others. But that is a topic for another day. For today, let's just focus on how you can be more authentic and how you live your life day to day by just showing up as you. And really, again, sounds a little bit cheesy, but being perfectly imperfect. Owning those parts of you that are not so perfect, because nobody is. And because we love seeing and hearing about real people with vulnerabilities, with weaknesses like us. That's what makes us us. So imagine how much more energy you will have if you're a perfectionist and if you're going to trying to get yourself perfect in one area or another, how much more energy you would have to actually show up and do more if you were not overspending time doing the same thing over and over again, or to the point that you procrastinated or you completely get stuck and you never put it out there. Whatever it is, either you, a conversation, the project, the proposal, the post, the presentation. I've heard so many times people, especially when they're wanting to become professional speakers or they want to appear a little bit more visible online, the paralyzing is a paralyzing feeling. Is really weakening of not being able to post something online or to show up online, because that is going to stay there forever on the internet and people are going to be able to see it and find out that I'm not perfect. So what? So what if they find out you are not perfect? Incredible, beautiful. And the quicker we get over this fear, the quicker you're going to be moving in the directions of your dreams, putting yourself out there, doing the things that are going to be in line with what you want to achieve in your life. I myself got stuck for 3 years starting this podcast. I myself was victim of my own. The same thing I'm sharing today. I did get stuck in thinking, what are people going to think of me? What if I don't get it right? What if what I say doesn't have any value? And I thought I'm going to wait until I can do it perfect. And then I immediately said to myself, that is never going to happen. But I am here showing up in full glory with my passion, sharing something that I know can help you. And that is enough. That is enough for me. I am showing up. I am sharing what I believe in. It might not be for everybody, but I'm doing it. Is it perfect? No. But am I happy I'm here doing it today? Yes. So let's get practical now. Let's start thinking. And if you have a pen and paper, grab it and write down what are 3 things you have been either procrastinating, just have them on the back burner for many years, or something very tangible you're doing every day where you know you are trying to be perfect, and as a result, you're getting yourself paralyzed. After you write those 3 things, I want you to start thinking as well. Close your eyes for a couple of seconds, take a couple of deep breaths, and ask yourself, where is this need of being and getting it perfect coming from? Is it maybe me wanting to control the situation so I can get it perfect so I can control the outcome? Or is it me maybe wanting to be accepted and to be loved by others? And then I want you to make peace with it. It is what it is. It is the way you've been thinking and behaving. It's been a habit that you have had. Maybe overdoing things, over reviewing things. It is. Make peace with it, because when you make peace with it, you're going to be able to release so much energy from that fear. And once you make peace with it, I want you to choose one action in one specific situation from now on that you can take. So maybe it might be start saying no more, appearing to be perfect to people and saying yes to everything who invite you to anything. Or if you would spend 3 hours reviewing that report, can it be cut down to 2? Or if you have been thinking about posting that on LinkedIn for 2 months, you just go and post it today, 2 lines. Like, what is one simple thing you can start doing now, today, immediately now, that will allow you to start getting in momentum? Because remember, this is also a habit. You have got in the habit of trying to appear to be perfect, and it's gonna take time undoing all those neural connections that you have created in your brain already that allow you to operate the way you're doing it today. So be very compassionate with yourself. You're gonna have to stop and start getting in momentum with a new way of behaving. So just make sure you pick something that you can start doing now. And remember, if you need to stick it on your computer, on your phone, on your fridge, in your car, done is better than perfect. Because I can assure you, as a person who wants to get it right, you are never gonna get it that really in bad shape. You are just gonna push yourself to release that energy and start doing it. Done is better than perfect. That is really gonna help you. I trust it's gonna help you. So you just make sure you give it a try. You let me know how it goes. And if you have any questions, send me an email. I will love to hear your success stories. I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Amplify. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe. Also, I will love it if you leave us a review. See you for the next episode. Bye-bye.